3 years ago, I came across a little item in Anti-Birth called Red Key. The concept was simple. You use Red Key and you create a new room next to the room you're in. Brand new. It could be anything. An item room, an angel room. It could even just be poop. But now we're in Repentance, and Red Key is back and more prominent than ever, so that raises the question, how good actually is it? How much can you get from Red Key? What happens if you fill an entire floor, all 166 or so possible rooms, with Red Key? What do you get? It's time to find out. So how are we gonna do it, you ask? It's really quite simple. I'm gonna cheat. Sort of. We're gonna use the debug console to start with unlimited battery charges so we can use Red Key infinitely. Then we'll make our way through all of the possible rooms on the floor and make note of everything we get along the way. Alright, you got all that? Let's get going. Okay, so to start out, I want to go through every single normal room on the floor. Let's get a feel for how Cellar 1 is looking right now. We'll get our item room, we'll see what's in our shop, and we'll just kind of get the standard rooms out of the way. It'll be easy then to figure out where we need to go for our Red Key room. So here's Bozo, the first item that we have gotten on our floor, and we're going to keep track of all of the items that we get as a result of Red Key. So if we don't have the money to buy items in the shop, but we get a bunch of money from the Red Key rooms that then allows us to buy money from the shop, well, then we're going to accredit those to being the working of Red Key, right? Right now, we got Bozo from our item room. It was completely free to go in. Red Key had nothing to do with this. So, important to make that kind of discretion. We see Diplopia here. Now, that is an interesting advancement in our Red Key shenanigans. We will probably hope to get that in the future. Let's explain a little bit about how Red Key works. You can see our map currently right here, which is pretty small, right? There's a reason we're using the Cellar 1 or Basement 1, any of the original Floor 1 floors for this. They are the smallest floors in the game. On average, we're going to have the least amount of rooms with these initial floors in the game than we're going to on any other floor, which then, in turn, allows us to get significantly more Red Key rooms out of this. So we can't see a Red Key room here, so this is likely our secret room, which gives us a chest, which gives us a card. Now we can see a Red Key room up here, and on the map, it generated a room, so we know that we will be able to get in there, and that's not the boundary of the map. The boundary of the map is a 13 by 13 grid, or 169 rooms. Now, the boss room cannot have Red Key rooms attached to it, so 3 of those rooms are going to be removed in the end. We also know this is our other secret room, so we might as well... Oh, pardon me. Never mind. Apparently, I was wrong. But we know that we're not going to have fully 169 rooms on this floor, but it's going to be close, right? And I'm not sure that you can fully grasp the scale in which that number of rooms is. We're going to be exploring for a while, and we're going to be finding a lot of stuff in these Red Key rooms. These rooms can be anything. All of the special rooms in the game can be generated by Red Key, so we can end up with Isaac's bedroom. We could end up with a dice room. We could end up with an angel room. There's all kinds of interesting discoveries to be seen. So I want to get these regular rooms out of the way, hopefully getting, some kind of stat increase from our boss here. Bozo's a small damage up. It'd be nice to get a couple more items to kind of at least help us to get through clearing a lot of these rooms. Now, Ragman is just a total pain in the ass to deal with right now. I would prefer he kind of gets wiped here, and we get breakfast. Fantastic. So the downpour room does not count as a room on the floor, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Obviously, we can't Red Key on any of these sides, so it's important to note. We can Red Key here, and we will come back to that room here momentarily, but I just want to finish up the rest of the floor, and then we'll start to work out the boundaries of our map. Now, if you ever step outside of the boundary of a Red Key, room slash the dimensions of the floor in general, then you'll enter into a error room. Now, we don't want to enter into an error room because then we will not be able to get back to the floor without cheating some more. So I'll show you how you can tell whether or not you're on an edge. Since it generated a room up here, we know we're not on an edge, and we can enter into our first red key room. Now, I don't expect to get a ton of benefit out of these red key rooms, but we want to do our due diligence in clearing them out and seeing what there is to see. So we have another room that we can hop into here. And we're just going to go until the top does not generate a new room. And so far, so freaking good. Now, this one did not generate, so we know we're at the top of the map. Now, we can get to the bottom boundary if we wanted, but let's instead work out this entire top right corner, and then we'll basically just spiral inwards and try to get all of the rooms figured out. So we know that we're still, I'm going to assume that we're somewhere in the middle right now in terms of the map boundaries. But I could be wrong. As long as it keeps on generating rooms on the right, then we know that we are, we're still gonna find more rooms, and maybe in fact we're on the far left of our possible generated rooms. It's hard to tell. It really is. These are the kinds of experiments. In Anti-Birth, it was possible to do this. Now, we have found a secret room. Now, this is just a standard secret room generated by Red Key. This is not the ultra secret room. We also have found the boundary, so you can kind of get a feel for where we're at on this grid. That's not a secret room on the floor. It's just a room based on a secret room. We'll be able to find an ultra secret room here eventually, and that's going to allow us to get some guaranteed stuff. But we'll get to that when we get to that. But let's just continue to get through our level here. But in Anti-Birth, you could get these interesting breaks with Red Key solely because of Blank Cardiera, right? You could dupe a lot of battery charges to then end up with infinite Red Key rooms. The issue was that Red Key was not necessarily as polished in Anti-Birth as it is in Repentance. So you could get a lot of game crashes when you were doing it. There were also times where if you ended up in an error room, you know, you didn't have a debug console to get you out. Now in Repentance, we can do a lot of these experiments and learn a lot more about what everything entails with Red Key, which is why I want to do this. I want to see how much benefit we can actually get out of Red Key on this run. So we'll continue going here. We got chests that we'll be able to get. We need some bombs on this run to be able to eke out all of the benefit possible. We're still going. Look at this room filled with money. Still going. Still going. Definitely need bombs or some flight, man. If we could snag either of those from these Red Key rooms, our benefit's going to go way up. Still going, and then now I'm going to assume this is our bottom boundary. And the answer is yes. So if we look at our map, you can count. This is a 13 high Red Key wall. And if we count 13 to the left, we're going to see exactly where that wall takes us to. So it's going to be a little bit of a journey. It's going to be a little bit of a journey for us to get this entire pathway done. Keep in mind, we're going to do all of the in-between rooms in here too. There's a lot to see. And a lot of benefit to get from this. Now, we haven't gotten a lot of special rooms yet. In fact, we've only gotten one. Here's our first item room that we've gotten. Big fan as an item to add to our list. Tinted rocks, those definitely count as benefit too, especially if they provide us with some items. Now, Baby Bender is not necessarily an item that we are looking to carry in terms of trinkets, but it's still something to keep note of as we are tracking all of our things that we've gained from Red Key here. Add a tally to the trinkets column. At the end of the episode, we're going to go through and see everything that we got. Now, here's an interesting shop We got Cat and Nine Tails for sale in the shop. Also Robo Baby. So when we get in a little bit of extra money, we're going to be able to buy some of this stuff. We could also, you know, grab Diplopia from the previous shop and get some of those items for free. An interesting idea for sure. Let's clear out this room. I just want to make our, you know, full boundary around, and then we can go back and we can start to really eke even more benefit out of these rooms than what we initially even thought we could. Keep in mind, we still have a library that we haven't seen in the main part of the floor because we didn't have a key at the time. Red Key has now, essentially by having Red Key, those books in the library are the result of Red Key. You know, we got a key in the Red Key floor, and thus it allowed us to get that library, which is a really, really big, you know, monumental addition that we've gotten, because, I mean, that could end up being Bookworm, so you could attribute a transformation to this as well. I'm struggling because I'm going to have to edit all this after the fact, and I all of a sudden am really not looking forward to it. But that is okay. That is okay. Alright, are we possibly at our boundary? We are. So now we'll just start working our way up and continue to get everything we can. So we get an Eternal Heart, a fine addition. We're still looking for our first major damage upgrade from this expedition. Something to help make clearing these rooms a little bit easier as we go. So far, no legitimate luck with that. But in due time, I'm sure, we will end up finding some value. I just want to work our way all the way up. Get the entire boundary filled. Then we don't have to worry about error rooms. And I feel like that's one of those annoying Red Key things. You always end up in an error room after a while. And it can be frustrating to lose out on your Red Key break because of an error room. But so far, so good. We still have a little bit further to go. And then once we make it all the way back across the top, I want to start heading back and eking out the benefit from our main floor using stuff that we got from our Red Key rooms. So things like our shop, our library, that's going to all be useful. We still got 2 more rooms to go up here. We can snag that bomb. And this should be our last room in the vertical. We'll double check that, just in case something went wrong that we didn't realize. But if we open this door, yeah, that did not create a room. So let's make our way back, and you're starting to get a scale of what this is going to look like when we have it fully filled in. It's going to take, we're 14 minutes in-ish. It's going to take a little bit to fill in everything. But the amount of benefit we get will hopefully show for this. So our first major stat upgrade comes in the form of a trinket. We get the Cancer Trinket for a little bit of a fire rate bonus. I am fine with it. We can add another tally to trinkets that we have received. Grab some more money. This money is going to be useful. I mean, we have a lot of places to spend it. By finding that secret shop on the bottom, we're going to be able to do some really good stuff with that. We'll keep the Sun card just in case we need an immediate heal. I'm really not worried about dying on this run. It's just probably not going to happen. It's the first floor of the game. I've played enough Isaac to know how to not die in this game. So let's make our way back. Welcome back to the main floor. It's very bright all of a sudden. Let's come in here. Let's grab Diplopia. And then we'll also grab the sack. A little extra bomb action. And let's go check our library right now. It would be great to get a couple of books in here. And just see what we have to work with. We did get a couple of books in here. We've got How to Jump, which is going to allow us to get the rest of the books in here. So Satanic Bible we can pop. Get a little Blackheart action. and we'll just continue to snag all of these. There's the bookworm transformation. So effectively, Red Key has provided us with 4 more items here, and 1 transformation. We'll grab the Diplopia back, and we'll get the heck out of here. Now, we do have to bring Diplopia pretty far down. Pretty far down. In order to make our life a little bit easier for us, where we don't have to be too stupid here, I'm gonna give us the book bag. Book bag. What the hell is it called? Bag? School bag. That's what it is. Also an anti-birth item, but this is going to allow us to carry the Diplopia with us, just so that we don't have to come all the way back. Obviously, this does not count as an item that we got from Red Key. Let's also, instead of making our way all the way back the way we came, let's be intelligent and let's just start red keying down, right? So we have found our first, what I would call major discovery, which is the Ultra secret room. Many people don't know, but the new DLC adds a new secret room to the game. So we have, obviously, we never found our regular secret room, man. Hold up. We gotta go to our regular secret room, which is presumably right here. Okay, good talk. It's presumably... Where the heck? It's not here, right? It is right here. It didn't work before. Okay, they lied to me. But we can snag our regular secret room. So you have your regular secret room, you have your super secret room. You also now have your ultra secret room, which can only be accessed with Red Key, and these have guaranteed angel items in them. And luckily for us, we got a pretty damn good one for what we're trying to do, because now we have flights, and we can access all of those things that were previously in this area to our right. Now, we can't Red Key out of the Ultra Secret Room. We can open them, but we can't go through them. So we're going to have to sneak up through here and make our way back over. It's an interesting new room. You can definitely get a lot of benefit. It's tough to find it because it's essentially pure luck. It's always 1 room off from the regular room, which can help you out. Meaning that, you know, if you have enough charges, you can sometimes piece together where it is, but it's definitely not the easiest thing in the world. So say hello to a speed upgrade from the belt. Once again, this is all basically done as a result of Red Key that we're getting all this. All of the money, a red heart right there is not too useful for us. I want to make it back to our shop so that we can Diplopia and get the benefit of all of those items, as well as probably then buying all of those items as well. So now that we're here, we will do this. We will grab Robo Baby. We will grab Cat of Nine Tails. We'll also grab Smelter. We'll use it once on the Cancer Trinket, just so that we can do it. But keep in mind that we're not technically supposed to have School Bag right now. And frankly, I could just remove School Bag, and now we're stuck with Red Key. Interesting that it drops it, but yeah. That way, you know, we're not cheating in any way. And even though we're cheating fully already, but you get the gist. Now we have the Cancer Trinket smelted, and we can pick up another trinket along our way. So let's start going. Here's a curse room that we would not have had access to if it wasn't for Red Key. Fun to find, another special room. And our damage has started to get much better as a result of 2 Cat of Nine Tails. We're going to be kind of cruising through these rooms at a much quicker pace. And I'm interested, right? It's tough to track in real time as I'm doing this every benefit that we've gotten out of Red Key already. But I feel like it's already like upwards of 10 items that we've gotten with Red Key. I mean, you can see on the side, it's 9 items already, albeit 2 of them are duped because of Diplopia, but Diplopia we got as a result of Red Key. So I mean, it depends on how you want to classify it, but in my eyes, I mean, it 100% was given to us as a result of of red key. I'm interested to see if we get a devil deal. I'm interested to see if we get an angel deal. Obviously, we got the angel deal item from our ultra secret room. Here's our first dice room for a little re-roll of consumables on the floor. Now, that gave us infinite bombs now. So, does screw up our tally a little bit, because now I can just put an infinity sign next to bombs at the end if we really want to. I'll probably continue to track it as the individual bombs that we did in fact receive. But always good to end up with infinite bombs as a result of anything, right? Infinite bombs are useful. Here's our devil deal. Now this is an interesting one. This is a devil deal that we received. This is the actual devil deal on the floor. This is not the devil deal that we found like in a red key room. We can still find the devil deal in a red key room. So something to keep in mind. We also have Bozo paying us way out here with a lot of extra red hearts. It's making this demon beggar a good friend for us. Come on. Okay. Judgment. Death. Honestly, this is as good a time as any to pop our sun card. Continue playing this guy. We know he's gonna pay out eventually, and when he does, it'll be great. There's Peeler. Okay. So I guess what do we got here? Emperor, Lemon Party, Speed Down. I don't really care about Peeler, I'm gonna be honest. You know, we could use it to get a little bit of extra goodies. Here's another secret room that we have come across. We can look for magic mush, I suppose. That would definitely provide us with a little bit of extra benefit. You saw Dark Bum start to go crazy over the red hearts. I'm not going to get too bent out of shape about min-maxing Dark Bum for us here. We've got enough benefit that we've gotten. We don't need to fuel Dark Bum's fantasies as well. But it's looking good for us in terms of getting some benefit here. I will say it probably would have been more beneficial to get us to no hearts so that we could use Horror Babylon, right? Might be something that we look into getting our HP down to half a heart. I don't want to accidentally die on this, because that would kind of defeat the purpose, right? Don't really want to die. So we're filling in rooms quickly. It's actually going surprisingly fast. Once you get, a couple of good damage upgrades, you start to see how quickly you can just blast through a lot of these rooms. Here's another library for Book of Belial. Any special rooms I feel are worth bringing up. We also have a curse room here. Very close to our actual map. Now we're quite literally adjacent to our library. Could sneak back into the actual path if we want to, but I'm good. I'm good. I'll stay in the nth dimension here. A little bit of a stars card, a little bit of a tower card, more battery charges, and just continue working your way up, or we'll grab a couple more bombs. Is there a tinted rock in this room? No, there is not. For some reason, my brain... you ever have that, like, moment of panic/realization that you have left a tinted rock in a room? I definitely had that moment just now. So we do have to sneak back into our regular path, because we are right next to some rooms that are sitting, just waiting to be red keyified. So snag them all, please, and thank you. Still waiting for one of the crazy whack kind of rooms. You know, something like an angel room, devil room. I like the fact that we got a dice room. That's good to see. But to get a devil deal or something, here's a weird room. It's a room filled with hearts and a lot of pots to provide us with a little bit of money. We didn't get any money out of it, but definitely a interesting room. Here's our regular item room. We don't need to sneak back into there. And we don't have a room here, so that's interesting. That is a gap. I can't red key down into this. Very strange, to be honest. I don't know why that's the case. Maybe one of you does know, but I do not. Another curse room has now presented us with another item. We'll add Shade to our list of items that we have gotten. Shade being an item that is not necessarily one that I'm gonna get, super amped up about, but it is an item, so we have to be diligent with tracking it as we go. Lucky Toe, another trinket for our run. Another key here, another self-sacrifice room. Very interesting to add that. Here's another item room now, another book. Interesting enough, we found several books along the way. Little gambling machine gives us more bombs and keys. Here's a mini boss. Okay, definitely interesting, providing us with another item, Bob's Rotten Head. Do we like Bob's Rotten Head? I mean, it's fine, right? It is actually a significantly better item in Repentance than it was before. Interesting enough, we cannot have a red key room right there either. So we're approaching the end. We've got a couple more rooms to get through. Still some potential for some good stuff. At this point, absolutely, we'll use Potato Peeler and work our way into Whore Babylon. Now presenting us with 8.48 damage on this floor. And still rooms to go. So as we get into the home stretch, am I happy with our haul? Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm insanely pleased with our haul. This is a pseudo winning run already. We still have about 20 or so more rooms to go through, but this is probably winning. If you ended up with a game break that allowed you to find every single room with red key. Now these game breaks, as I said, not necessarily. Oh, hello. Also get the mark from another special cursed room. It's not likely that you're going to get this kind of game break where you can get this many red key rooms, just because all of the ways to kind of get infinite battery charges in the game, it's a lot less likely now. Here's another free item and a free trinket. Best Bud joins the party. Some more bombs and keys from our Tinted Rock. Grab another item here in Bob's Curse. The end has really provided us with some extra heat. Let me tell you, we have been gifted with a lot of good final red key rooms as we go. Come on, give me the oh. I was really hoping for maybe a potential small rock just to cap this one off. Oh, here we go. Our first devil deal in here. We could pick up Guppy's head, right? We don't necessarily have the health for it, but we could do it. We could always come back, right? Nothing really telling us we gotta take those items right this second. But still nice to see a devil deal and have the potential to get some super powerful items. Not that those are the greatest devil deal items of all time, but does bring you one step closer to Guppy. As I said, we can't go to the rooms surrounding the boss room. So those 5 rooms are going to end up being just sitting in the void a little bit here. Another experimental pill. We got 3 more rooms, another library presenting us with the Bible. Another book. We've gotten Bookworm about 400 times over at this point. And as we move towards our final red key room, give us the heat. It's a singular chest, and that chest gave Mr. Dolly a final item. Little bit of a tears up. And look at that. We have filled our entire 13 by 13 grid of rooms possible. In the end, I mean, we're gonna throw the stats up on the screen. I think the important numbers to look at here, 26 items, right? That's more items than you may get in a regular run of Isaac. 14 special rooms, those could be anything, right? Those could be devil deals, angel deals. I feel like what we got wasn't even necessarily the best of what we could get. So there's tons of valuable stuff that we got here. Consumables like crazy, tons of money. It's just really good. We got 9 damage, 9.35 damage, 4.45 rate of fire. We have full flight, and just a slew of incredible items, cards, trinkets, a lot of choices. Still have a devil deal containing even more items that we can take. So, is Red Key worth it? I'm gonna go with yeah. Red Key is worth it. If you can obviously break the floor and have an infinite number of items, but you know, there's still a lot of regular rooms that you get in here. There's still a lot of trash that you'll find, but it's worth the fun of it. Hey, thanks so much for watching. This was a fun little experiment. Maybe in the future we can do 13 by 13 on every floor in the game and see where that takes us. But for now, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Check out my Everyday Repentance series. You can find it linked in the description down below. We're playing through getting all the achievements and seeing what Repentance has to offer. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. You have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.